Popularity. What is it made of? How does a person get to be popular with lots of people and have a few close friends, too? Let's watch and see.
Hey everybody, we're making Jack cry in the chat, and it's another OSP and chill. It's a very relaxed episode.
I said it was OSP and actually chill.
Yeah, I'm not. We're gonna go through all the news and everything, but we're beat from this weekend, so I didn't prepare all the headlines like we usually do. But yeah, we're here, and let's do a quick shout out to everyone in the chat. We got Jack Shipley from Fan Friction and other tough stuff. Tough stuff. We have Nolan Dean, Eric Ossemacher, Corey, Billy Paulahan, Delisha, as well as Sam.
And Ashley and Joe.
All right. So before we get into, we're going to have Jack come on and talk about the new season of Fan Friction. But before we do that, we, as always, submitted a Q&A, a call for questions. While we're doing this, if you have a question off the top of your head, feel free to throw it in the chat. Mavis is playing with papers.
She is being a troublemaker.
But let's do that. All right, so Kim Hanley, who's pretty involved with Tough content.
Yeah, for sure.
She asked us, given how phenomenal Westworld, and it is phenomenal, has been what lower 60s, 70s movie, lower key 60s, 70s movie should get a TV show next? Did you have any idea?
I didn't have much time to think about that, unfortunately.
I really want a Close Encounters of the fourth kind, right? Third. Well, maybe we can do fourth as like the sequel. I think that'd be interesting because then you can do a lot more because the reason Westworld's so successful is because it's like a puzzle box.
Mm-hmm.
And I feel like there's a lot of things going on there that like you could try to figure out along the way.
Hey, Eric. And thank you guys who were complimenting my outfit in the chat. I appreciate you. Eric said he's not calling in today.
Monroe?
Yeah.
Okay.
Still, he's been having technical difficulties the last couple of times. I don't know if you guys saw that. He's been closing out the shows, but having pretty serious technical issues. So I don't blame him for not wanting to mess with that tonight. But we do love you, Eric, and we hope that gets figured out soon because I don't know what to do with that. It's pretty funny if you've seen what he's been dealing with.
Yeah, I feel bad. Our good friend Delisha asked us, excuse me, any movies you are still pumped to see for the rest of the year? Pretty much all of them. We haven't seen. What was the last movie we saw? Infinity War?
The last thing we saw was Deadpool 2.
Oh yeah, okay. So we're not that behind, but I definitely want to see Sorry for Bothering You.
Yeah, I want to see
Incredibles 2.
The Jurassic World one too,
because
that one is getting really like polarized reviews from people, and I just want to see for myself because some people really enjoyed it and some people hated it. Yeah, Ant-Man and the Wasp.
Corey wants a Laser Blast show, and I'm so behind that. Laser Blast is it's a really bad movie. They had it on MST3K.
I don't know
he has like a little arm. I think we're talking about the same one.
Billy wants to see Christopher Robin.
Okay.
Anything else?
Ant-Man, I definitely want to see Ant-Man and the Wasp.
Yeah, I've heard good things about Incredibles 2. I'd be more pumped if I didn't get spoilers on Facebook.
Yeah.
You know who you are. It's not one of you guys, though.
So Nolan beat us to the punch with one of the news breaks we were going to announce. He said that the new Spider-Man title, for
Mhm.
Homecoming 2, is going to be Far From Home, keeping in the trend of home. He says Jake Gyllenhaal is going to play Mysterio. I just read an article published about an hour ago that said that he's still not attached. But you never know. I think he probably is.
Yeah, I think so too.
What do you think about that?
About Mysterio?
As Jake Gyllenhaal.
He's a good actor. We'll see. I never try to get too hyped about stuff like that until I see it because I've been wrong before. In both ways. So I like to just wait. I saw that Ashley said she wants to see Black Klansman, and Billy is also excited for Aquaman. Jax, Spider-Man 2, Homeward Bound in Chains, he says. Jeez.
That sounds like a 50 Shades.
Yeah, right?
Okay, Eric Monroe asks, who do you think my favorite male character is on Westworld? My favorite female character is Maeve.
Ooh, he wants us to guess.
I want to say, let's see.
Bernard?
Who's the most Stannis?
I was going to say who's the most boring, because Stannis is boring. Sorry, Eric.
I'm going to guess...
I'm guessing Bernard.
Bernard, yeah. Bernard's a pretty good guess.
But he's awesome.
Ford, I'm going to guess.
Oh.
My favorite character is the Man in Black, even though he has mates. Oh, wait, hold on. If we're going with Stannis rules, it's the Man in Black.
Okay, yeah, that's fair.
I don't want to spoil anything for everyone. Okay, and let's get this out of the way. Westworld finale just happened last night. We want to talk about it. There's a lot to unpack there.
It's William, yeah, if you got it.
Yeah.
He's not boring at all.
He's my favorite character too. But we're not going to talk about it tonight because I'm sure everyone isn't caught up.
Yeah, I see Corey already saying. We will just say that it was excellent.
Mm-hmm.
And there's a lot of talk about what the hell actually happened, because in true Westworld fashion, a lot of things happened. And some of it could get a little confusing. So we definitely want to watch it again. I worked doubles like basically all week, and I was just so exhausted. And then we played a D&D game yesterday, and we went to karaoke. So and we did fan friction first.
Oh, right? Yeah, we did fan friction, D&D, karaoke, Westworld.
All in the same day. So I was pretty
was an hour and a half.
exhausted. I was literally like laying on the floor for the last half of the episode, because it was an hour and a half long but it was fantastic, and I do recommend that show. If anybody in the room isn't watching Westworld, really the only excuse is that you don't have access to HBO, and there are ways, but that show's unbelievable, and I'm a big fan of it.
The way is you pay for HBO, right?
Yeah, of course. Okay. What do you...
I want to make sure that we're clear. So what I was leading up to is that we will be doing a binge recap for Westworld. We'll be splitting up into 2 episodes, tackling the first half and the second half. Or maybe we should do it by timeline.
No.
Okay.
No.
And we'll also be doing a binge recap for Luke Cage, because I'm really enjoying it. We're in the beginning of episode 3 and
of season 2. If you guys missed that came out, Luke Cage season 2 was out.
Yeah, it didn't have like a big.
Yeah, it didn't, but it's really good, and it's been one of the better seasons that we've seen recently. Because unfortunately, like Jessica Jones season 2, we still haven't finished it because it was really dragging. Which is a bummer, because season 1 is amazing.
And you know what's funny too? Luke Cage, still haven't seen it, but I know that it doesn't have any dragon in it.
Oh my gosh. Womp womp womp.
It's like a dragon.
But yeah, so we're gonna be doing Westworld probably on the next Monday, because we don't have OSP that week. So yeah, look forward to that. I just gotta do some pretty serious notes of the first half of the season. And then probably 2 weeks from that, we'll do the second half of the season, which I'm really excited about because I love the second half of the season of Westworld.
Hey, Bill, how's it going?
Hey, so we should probably get Jack in here. I know he doesn't have a ton of time.
We got 2 more questions, and one of them you don't even know an answer to. What's the best game feature in E3 from Eric Ostemacher? She doesn't know. I know what games I'm pre-ordering. It's Kingdom Hearts 3. It's Jump Force, the shonen game coming out, and well, I guess I only know 2 of them because I forgot the third one. But I'm excited about another one. I just don't remember what.
I'll be excited if they give me more Little Big Planets. I could go for. I like Little Big Planet. Katamari.
Check out our video game episode. Last episode. Last question comes from Buddhist Chick who stopped by last show, and she says, "What's your take on the remake of the Last Jedi thing? Bring it on. I want to see them fail so bad."
No, don't. Okay, this whole thing is nonsense. It is stupid. Like
they can't.
We don't make the movies. You get the movie that's made.
They're not going to learn unless they fail.
And well, some would argue that movie isn't that bad. It has its issues, but some of it was pretty cool. And just like deal with it. Like the fans can't police what directors and writers do, because then like they'll never be able to make anybody happy, and they'll just make really bad mashups of people's opinions that get thrown out on the internet. I think it's silly, nonsense, crybaby bullshit, and people need to chill out. And if you don't like a movie, then that's fine. It's a movie. You can move on with your life. Not saying that movies aren't important, but just focus on the ones that you do like, and maybe don't spend so much time complaining about movies on the internet. There it is. Hot takes.
I still really want to see it.
We don't want to see it.
I would pay twice as much to see it.
I'm reading people's comments, but let's get Jack in here.
Yeah, those were the questions. Thank you everyone who submitted them. Again, I was a little late asking for questions, so
yeah, we've just been busy, guys.
It's
We're
no
trying.
One's fault but our own. See, Jack should be hardwired into this thing by now.
I don't know. This is a whole new pewter.
Oh no.
I think you should just drop the
Boom.
link. Oh shit, he's still there.
All right, Jack, we just sent you an invite. If it doesn't work, just let us know in the chat and we'll send you a different link. Kat, this is not a good time. You want to say hi to everybody?
She loves you.
Yeah, I do want to play the new Spider-Man game too. I don't have like a ton of money. Games are expensive. I like to hold her like a little baby. Oh.
Hello.
Hey.
Well, welcome to my secret lair.
Can you hear me?
Yes.
Yeah, we can hear you great.
Perfect. Awesome. Hey guys.
Hello.
What's up?
Thank you so much for getting me in early. I appreciate that very much. Sorry to jump the line, everybody, but thank you for letting me come in a little ahead.
I don't even know. People pay now for the line.
They
Do they?
Yes.
Nice.
So if you want to be able to use our Skip the Line feature, become a $5 patron on patreon.com/oddsavechannel.
Get that fast pass, boy.
But I'm going to give a spoiler warning. I saw a couple of people say in the chat that they haven't quite had a chance to catch up on yesterday's episode of Fanfiction. If you don't want to hear about the outcome of that episode quite yet, I would maybe
mute until you see Jack go away.
Yes.
I'll do my best not to spoil it. How about that? I'll try to be vague. I won't say who won or anything like that. So
okay.
We'll give like vague hints like where they're from.
Yeah, exactly. Someone from Ohio did win Fanfiction yesterday. I will say that. So, you know, I hope that didn't ruin everybody's day, but someone from Ohio did win. It happened.
Our patrons are all shouting themselves out in the chat. We love you guys.
Woohoo!
Nolan said he paid with his life. We have yet to receive payment.
And time zones, he says.
Nice.
But yeah, I guess you want to just tell everybody a little blurb if they somehow haven't seen Fanfiction before.
Yeah. So Fanfiction was created by us and by Ash and Joe and Raul and Brian Hurst and everything. And we came together as fans of movie fights. And we kind of developed our own. Originally, the show was a copy of movie fights. We just wanted to play movie fights. But over the 2 years or so that we did it, it evolved into its own thing. It has its own system and rules. In fact, some have been borrowed for the new iteration of movie fights, which is really cool. But we still kind of have our original design that we came up with by the end of last season. And that's what we used yesterday. and it's really fun. It's movie debates by a bunch of people having nerdy combat for points. And who wins the points determines who wins the game. And then we all pat each other on the back and go, that was fun. So it's a lot of fun. We enjoy it.
Nice. So what can they expect that might be different from last season for this season?
The schedule for sure. There's just no way for me to maintain every 2 weeks like we have been doing. I got a job. Originally when we started doing it, I didn't have a job. So it was real easy to schedule the shows, put everything together, do all the questions, do all, all that kind of stuff. It's impossible now. My job, I'm a manager. It's very demanding. I have a team that I work with. It's a lot of work. And then, trying to do that every 2 weeks is just way too much of a task. So what we're going to do this season is we're going to do one a month. So that way you'll get 12 shows a year. But if I can maintain that schedule, we don't have to take a break. Every month we'll have a show. So we're going to segment it out. We're going to do basically War for the Belt is kind of how we're doing this. We want to get eventually to Kimber and putting that belt on the line and seeing who can win it, or if it stays where it belongs in Texas. So with you. So that's the plan for this year. We're gonna do a competition. Started yesterday. 3 people fought for a chance to face Brian. And one person won, and they will move forward. And then we're going to do another show in July. And the winner of that show will meet with the winner of yesterday's show to face Brian in August. So that'll be the first.
I know like last season focused a lot on having like some celebrity guests, but this season it seems like you're trying to give like more of these guys, like the people who watch the shows, like a chance to fight. Is that true?
Yeah, well, like I really liked having the celebrity thing because it was fun at first when the whole idea was, hey, movie fights experience. And so when bringing in the celebrities, it was fun. But it was really, that was more of a gift to like the core people who made fan friction happen, because we really were just trying to live the whole like, oh, we're playing movie fights, look at us. Oh, now we're playing against the people who do movie fights. This is fun. But then I realized too that the idea behind, and I was talking to Joe Davis about it as well, and we kind of talked about it. The show is really designed though for the fans. Like that's why we called it Fan Friction. It was about us playing the game, not celebrities playing the game. And so as much as I really enjoyed like having people like Billy Business come in or Sasha Pearl Raver, like at the end of the day, like the real fun was yesterday watching 3 people who, just love movies and they want to battle it out, and they really care about going for the belt, which I think is pretty awesome. So I think we're going to try to stay focused really on getting people who watch our show into the show and fighting for the belt. So
yeah, that's great. I see that Eric Ossenmacher in the chat is saying that he'd like to go again. So definitely people are excited for that.
Yeah, Eric was on already. He did a great job last time. We had a lot of fun when he was on. So we're going to be reaching out, and we're going to get our fans and our friends to come back and do some more fighting and have a lot of fun. I know Ashley is going to be coming up soon. She's going to be fighting again. Kim Hanley, we just spoke about her, is going to join us again. She'll be fighting in July. So you'll definitely be seeing Kim again. And I know that there's been a lot of interest suggested on Twitter. So I'm looking forward to getting people in.
I don't have a question. I know everything I need to know now thanks to this segment.
Was there anything else you wanted to say about like yesterday's episode in particular?
Yesterday's episode was great. Like, we were off for a while, and the whole like coming to Jesus moment of like figuring out what we wanted to do with fan friction and stuff like that, like the stress of it I was like, oh, here we're gonna do this again. I hope I have time for it. I hope it's still fun. I hope people are really interested in it. And then we sat down, we did the show, and when the show was over, I was like, yeah, that was fun. I had a good time doing it. I think the fans really enjoyed the episode itself. Participating again was really cool. And something that really I really liked was when we announced it, there were people going like, oh, yay, like it's coming back. And that made me feel real good, because I was like, it's been since like October or November. Will people even care? And so it was really nice for you guys and people watching that they got excited about it and they wanted to come back. So,
yeah, for sure. And I'm having fun being back, of course, too. I'm proudly the current champion of the show, which I'm sure everybody who's watching already knows, because I like to gloat. So I'm looking forward to getting back in there, too, and hopefully being able to defend the belt would be the goal.
You could see the belt on display on yesterday's episode. Right now it's in Kimber's private vault.
Yeah, I was noticing it's not on the shelf behind you guys. I was like, oh,
We're worried about it getting stolen. It's the only thing we keep in a safe.
right. People want it. They want to get that from you, Kimber. I'm telling you, they're going to come for it, and they're going to.
Morgan had his
This
eyes
season.
all over it when he was over.
Hey, so I don't know if you guys would think this is fun or not, but real quick, I brought the 2 questions that they didn't ask yesterday.
For sure.
Oh yeah.
So I thought just for poops and giggles, I'll ask you what they were. So there were 2 categories. I love the 80s and super television that weren't asked. So I love the 80s question was, what action star of the 80s or 90s needs to come back and make one more action movie?
I feel like that's so hard too because they've done like some of these like what are they? The
I already know my
Expendables
answer.
or whatever, where they put them all in it.
I got it.
What are you going with?
It's Arnold Schwarzenegger's Last Action Hero 2,
Ooh.
in which it's the whole trope of the old guy getting back into the action movie, and they can play with it as much as they want.
I support this. Definitely.
Like if I would say Jean-Claude Van Damme, but he has that Jean-Claude Van Johnson or whatever, that show, and it's really good. So
it's so good.
Yeah, I love it.
And actually, Cobra Kai, I don't know if you got a chance to watch at least the 3 episodes, but they were really good too. Surprising, have Zapka back doing karate along with Machio.
Yeah,
so
thanks to How I Met Your Mother, I'm going to say, because they brought Zapka back into fashion.
And it was fantastic. And the other one was super television. What live action superhero television show would be better as an animated one?
Gotham is what I would choose. I love Gotham too. Me and Tom like Gotham, even though a lot of people don't anymore. But I could really see that style working for animation. Like I can picture what like Penguin would look like, and like I think it'd be cool.
Yeah.
Batman the Animated Series style like just pops right into your head again. It's like that style was kind of perfect for it, for any Batman.
Like they have such a like great, pretty good history with DC, doing a good job with animation. There have been some that weren't my favorite, but overall, I prefer DC's animated over Marvel's, and I think that could be really cool. The chat is lighting up too.
I think a Cloak and Dagger is really good, Nolan. If you guys haven't seen Cloak and Dagger yet, I highly recommend checking it out on Hulu or watch it on Freeform when it's out, but I'm never watching it on time. So, but Cloak and Dagger is really good. But my pick, I think, would be Supergirl. Not that Supergirl has any problems being a live action show, but I think that because they do lots of aliens and creatures and stuff like that, that by switching it over to animation, you don't have to worry so much about the crappy special effects aspects of it. You could actually refine some of the special effects because everything is animated. And I think that would actually serve the show well. And you can keep all the voice actors, or all the live action actors as voice actors. But I think that'd be pretty fun.
Yeah, in fact, for your reasoning too, like mostly budget. And I understand animation costs a lot, but like the whole reason we don't see dragons as much as we should in Game of Thrones is because it costs so much to produce with CG. If they did one of these spin-off series like Dance of Dragons, but it was animated, but like you could do some cool animations.
Mm-hmm. They do those really cool animations with the special
lore
features,
stuff,
lore stuff, yeah.
So
and they do voiceover. Like I always thought about Harry Potter. I really like the Harry Potter movies, but they leave so much out because they're so dense. But if you made Harry Potter a TV show and made it animated, you could literally do pretty much everything from the show, and you can have voiceovers of Harry. And because there's so many times in the books where she's talking about things that are happening in people's heads, but you never are seeing them, on the screen because they're so complex. You do that in an animated series, and you're able to get it all in. So
for sure, yeah, I can see that.
Agreed. That was fun.
Yeah. So I brought a little special thing for you guys. So I don't know when in July. We're looking at the end of the month, probably around the 24th. That's where we're kind of going for. We'll do it the same time, noon for the show. Hope to have you guys there. Again, I know you'll be keeping an eye on who's going to go for the belt. So we're looking forward to this new season. I hope everybody is excited. And thanks again to April Dawn for the shout out today, because I thought that was really cool. She didn't only hit you guys and us. She hit Geek to My Nerd. She hit Nolan and Purple Dawn Morgan's show. So I thought that was really awesome. Like she gave a lot of love to this core group of people, and that was really awesome. So thanks, April.
Yeah, that is really great of her. Obviously, like the group is so amazing here, and it's so nice to see someone like her like try to spread the word and give a little bit of recognition, because like everybody who's in the chat right now and who she mentioned in her tweets like work really hard to like share everybody's stuff and watch everyone's stuff, and it's really cool for them to have like a moment like that from her just to get a little credit. But yeah, we're definitely all going to be following what's going on Fan Friction. I'm sure a lot of the group is as well. And hopefully we can keep that belt here in Texas, because you don't mess with Texas. And keep it for Slytherin House and OSP.
If for any reason you have no idea what we're talking about this entire time, and you're like, well, where can I find this channel where they have this debates? There is a link to the TUFF channel in the description. So go check that out, subscribe, smash that like button if that means anything anymore.
And
like and
want to tell them
subscribe.
your Twitter and stuff, Jack, so they know where to find you?
Oh, yeah, thanks. If you're looking for the TUFF channel's Twitter, it's at TUFF channel, TUFF channel. And my channel is JRS Pipboy, PIPBOY 2008. You'll spend, if you want to reach Fan Friction or TUFF channel, just contact me. It's easier. I monitor my own more than I monitor channels. So feel free to hit me up anytime. And thank you guys so much for letting me come back on and just tell everybody about what's going on.
Of course, and thank you so much for coming by. We
For
hope
sure.
to see you again soon.
Have a great rest of the show, everybody.
Bye.
Bye.
All right. Well, that was Jack Shipley. You can check out that last episode that happened yesterday over that channel. Go follow the link. And if you think you could be a future contender, contact him on Twitter. So Randall is coming at you for the belt.
I'm like, if you think you could be a future contender, I'm like, come at me, bro.
Well, Randall is in the chat. He's
Randall would never hurt.
But Joe had a pretty good solution. He's like, well, at least if you move to Texas, the belt could stay in Texas.
That's true.
So if that's what it takes to lure Randall over here.
I'm going to wear my Don't Mess with Texas shirt the next time I do a Fan Friction fight.
So would you guys buy Don't Mess with Mavis shirts? Let us know, and I'll make them.
Mormo wanted one.
I know Mormo wants one. Okay, so was there any big news before I pull out my notes that stuck out to you? I know you're
Yes.
Okay.
The royal wedding happened. The nerd royal wedding. Kit Harington, also known as Jon Snow, has married his longtime partner now. They've been together for over 6 years. Rose Leslie, you will know her if you're a Game of Thrones fan, as playing his love interest, Ygritte, on Game of Thrones. So I don't know if you guys have seen the pictures. I was certainly sharing them on all social media. Their wedding looked so happy and beautiful, and they looked just like overjoyed. And I was saying the other day, I'm like, all around the world, millions of girls nightly dream that they married Jon Snow, and this girl like woke up and did that shit. So congratulations, Kit Harington and Rose Leslie. And like, thank you for sharing pictures of your wedding like that. It was just really nice to see. And like Peter Dinklage was there, and Maisie Williams, Sophie Turner, the dude who plays Robb Stark was there. And it just seemed like a really sweet and beautiful wedding in her family's gorgeous castle in Scotland. Like, this chick's living the life, man.
Jon Snow is like, this is a castle? Because of the Ingrid, but never mind. So, coolest news I've heard this entire, like, news span since the last time. The Smithsonian Museum is getting the Black Panther suit as well as the script and making a display in its museum. That's cool.
That's awesome.
I can't wait for the memes of Killmonger to be like next to the. Never mind. I'm really excited for Jump Force from E3. E3 showed off a lot of cool games, but honestly, I only care about the 3 that I've been looking forward to for about 5 years. So.
Billy says he dreamed he had Kit Harington's hair. Kit Harington, also in further news, has announced that after Game of Thrones, he will be shaving his iconic hair and beard to try to not be typecast as Jon Snow all the time. So I wish him luck in that endeavor. I do think he looks better in Jon Snow style, but he's a handsome dude and he'll be fine either way.
So people are saying because of the lack of major success from the Solo movie that the Obi-Wan Kenobi movie is in trouble. I mean, that's the coolest one they've proposed so far, but the problem with prequels is there's no stakes at all. Like,
Unless they eat some steaks.
which we did for Deadpool.
No, we had steaks
for Infinity War
because we figured that the stakes would be high.
Sony's apparently going to be doing a Silk movie, which, for you who don't know, she's like a
kind of cool, yeah.
Korean Spider-Man. There's been rumors that there might be a Twin Peaks season 4.
I didn't hear this news.
Yeah, well, it's rumors. Westworld's game got sued by Bethesda for doing like a Fallout Shelter ripoff.
Okay, Nolan, I just have to interrupt. We already had an Obi-Wan movie. It's called The Prequels. First of all, the prequels are ass. Everyone knows this. Second of all, I use the prequels as proof why Obi-Wan movie could be really interesting, because he was interesting when we saw him in the original trilogy. He was even better when we saw him in the prequels, arguably one of the best parts of the prequels and a reason why they should continue to exist. Why not see the stuff in the middle when maybe he's not so green and maybe he's not so old? How about that?
Apparently hackers
He just keeps going.
Apparently hackers got onto Switch and added a bunch of adult content to Mario. Like the game.
What kind of adult content?
Not safe for work, that's all I'm gonna say. Probably boobs.
Just a really long pause. Probably boobs.
There was a whole thing thinking that Sophie Turner's tattoo was a spoiler. I don't think it is. Nightbreed series, Clive Barker fans.
That's pretty cool.
Coming to Sci-Fi. Bill says he feels I think an Obi-Wan movie can work because we know about the character. Like we don't know anything between prequels and Alec Guinness. So it's like what happened while he was just chilling, becoming an old man.
We didn't see Solo, so I don't understand your reference, unfortunately, Bill.
Oh, I know what you're talking about because nobody cares about spoilers on the internet. It's
No, don't tell me. I don't want to remember. My memory's bad. I don't remember.
Well, I'm just saying it's not a half bad appearance.
Oh, you suck.
Why?
Because I figured out what it is.
It's not my fault you're good at riddles.
I am.
I am. She's seen her during D&D. I'm throwing riddles at her, and she's like, "This is like Game of Thrones," and I'm like, "Stop."
Now you're doing Jaws.
Yeah. I just like some of these things I wrote down. I just don't care about anymore. So I'm like, it should be over there. Let's get a caller in here.
It should be, but it's not. Yeah, get someone in there.
Oh, Camille Nanjiani's been confirmed for the new MIB movie. He's going to be an alien sidekick. Camille? What did I say? Camille? Camille. I can't pronounce anything. Tom Zambino, you around? I know you had some racing news you wanted to talk about. Hello, Jonathan. And bye. I'm slowly like when I see a remake, I just don't even like bother anymore. I don't know, because it just feels like, well, I'm gonna see the remake of this in another 6 years, so. Except for Spider-Man. That's what I mean. I was trying to sing The Darkness at karaoke last night, and my voice is all scratchy.
Greetings.
Greetings, Tom.
How are you today, sir?
I'm doing good. How are you?
Tired, but I'm here.
Well, welcome, as always. You have any thoughts on any of the news we've covered
Hold on,
so
I'm
far?
losing your audio here.
What's up? Hello? Tom?
Hmm.
Come in, Tom. Tom, come in.
Well, this is not going well.
Come in, Tom. This is an emergency broadcast system.
It's awkward because I can't hear you at all, and I have no idea if you can hear me.
I can hear you. You, I can hear. Hello. Welcome. Come in, Tom. Tom, come in. Mayday, Mayday. Ground control to Major Tom Zambino. Come in. Hello.
I can hear you through the speakers now. I think this might have to do.
Well, look, can you hear me, Tom Zambino?
Yes, I can hear you now.
Huzzah!
Sweet. All right. Technical difficulties, everyone.
So, any of the news we brought up you want to talk about, or something you got on the back burner?
I feel like I missed. What were some of the highlights of the news? I was kind of in and out as far as paying attention.
There's nothing really that important. We're talking about Star Wars, Spider-Man, the usual stuff.
Those are all things that are happening, maybe or maybe not. We don't know, but we like to talk about we might know.
People are asking about the Predator trailer. What are you thinking? Is it gonna be good?
I think I saw it when I forget what movie I was seeing in theaters. I saw it. I felt nothing when seeing it. I have some hope that maybe Shane Black might come up with something, but the trailer didn't really inspire me at all. It just kind of seemed like Predator 2 again, which I might have to revisit. It might be better than I remember, but it didn't inspire me.
Well, I feel the same way. Sorry to be so disappointing. How do you feel about Predator movie?
The new one?
Yeah. Okay.
Strong opinions here. Strong
opinions. You're telling me on Twitter that some racing news broke. I have no idea about any of it, but would you like to enlighten us?
Yes. So there has been some casting news recently.
Uh-oh.
So for those who don't know, I'll give a short recap for those who aren't familiar with the story. So a movie is currently in development called Ford versus Ferrari, about a battle between Ford Motor Company and Ferrari in the 24 Hours of Le Mans race, which is one of the biggest races of the year. Back in the 1960s, back when it used to really mean something to the manufacturers. And so it's this really rich story about how Ford tried to buy Ferrari for the racing. Eventually, you know, they essentially got into a fight with each other, and Ford decided we're going to beat Ferrari on the track. So they're making a movie out of that story. They were originally going to do an Enzo Ferrari biopic, but I think that kind of got scrapped. So now that everyone's filled in, everyone's favorite Logan director, James Mangold, is tapped to, I believe, both write and direct it. And some casting news, the most recent casting news was that John Barenthal has been hired to play Lee Iacocca. Anyone familiar with the automotive business will know what a character Iacocca was. So I'm kind of interested to see if Barenthal can finally show a little more range rather than kind of the same type of character he always tends to play, which is kind of like the dour, angry guy. Iacocca is charismatic. He's kind of extravagant, let's say. So that's a really interesting casting. Christian Bale is in to play one of Ford's test drivers that actually almost died in the car. Matt Damon is tabbed to play legendary Texan Carroll Shelby. But these are all some really big names that have been recently announced in the cast, and they still haven't cast Ferrari and Ford. So I'll throw out the question and see if anyone feels like answering, to see who you think would play Ferrari and Ford, the old men themselves. And I was thinking about that before this show, so that I could drum up some decent selections. For Enzo Ferrari, I was originally thinking Robert De Niro because he's about that age, but I think it would be kind of interesting, flanked by all these big name actors, to have sort of really talented ones, but sort of lesser known actors. So I'm thinking John Turturro for Enzo Ferrari. He looks kind of like old man Ferrari. He can play the emotional, angry Italian that Enzo supposedly was. And I'm just looking forward to that scene where, well, I won't spoil it for those who don't know the history, but the famous scene where he rejects Ford's purchase. Something very interesting happens in that particular meeting. And for Henry Ford 2, that one's the tough one. I'm thinking Alec Baldwin. Baldwin hasn't really had a starring role in a really long time. And can you think of someone who plays a better businessman than Alec Baldwin?
No.
I would cast for Sacha Baron Cohen for Ferrari, and I would cast Anthony Hopkins for Ford.
That's not bad, actually. Hopkins is a little bit old, but I think he can pull it off. And I really do want Sacha Baron Cohen to get a really meaty role. I was really looking forward to him playing Freddy. So him getting a really big dramatic role would be pretty excellent.
Yeah, me too. I think he's a talented dude. Unfortunately, like, you can't butt heads with Queen on the Queen movie and come out of it with the leading role.
Yeah, what are you gonna do? It's something I would have loved to see happen. You can log it over with Kubrick's Napoleon and Kubrick's AI as far as projects we would have loved to see, but
For
it happens.
sure.
Yeah. What are you gonna do?
But yeah, that's what I got. It's just this incredibly under the radar movie that somehow, despite with the success of Logan last year, it seems to be under the radar. No one's talking about it.
That's why they should put radars in cars.
I mean, I won't say anything.
All right. Well, we're gonna try to get everybody in here as fast as we can. So, what is the best way to reach you if they want to know more about cars and if you're doing anything on Zed Reviews?
Oh well, yeah. You mentioned my YouTube channel. You can go there. There are some historical videos. Whether I'm going to post anything in the future, who knows? I'm quite busy right now. I just joined a performance team at GM, so I've been racing on the weekends a lot. So that takes up a lot of my time now. So we'll see. We'll see if I do anything. But of course, you can find me on Twitter at RoadRaider3, saying random things about cars and movies. So
Awesome. Thanks so much for coming by.
Yeah.
No problem. And keep watching Ferrari versus Ford. I think that's going to be a really good movie.
Cool.
I'm sure you're gonna keep us updated.
All right,
Have a great night,
see you
Tom.
soon.
Oh my god. Do you know what time it is?
What?
I think it's time for Pokemon Go news. Never mind, it doesn't want. Tune. Eric will click this link. Then he will come and be on the show talking about Pokemon Go. Pokemon. Hi, Eric.
I forgot to unmute my mic again. I do this every time.
It's comedy gold. It's fine.
Yeah. So, hey.
How you been?
I've been doing good. So, big update in Pokemon Go. I guess I'll start with the sort of minor thing. First thing, the next Pokemon Go Community Day is going to be on July 8th. That is going to be centered around Squirtle, the final Gen 1 starter. So yeah, it'll be July 8th. For you guys, it'll be from 1 to 4, I believe. Because it's all across America. It's the same time for me. It's 2 to 5. You guys, it's 1 to 4. And from what I've heard, the best place to enjoy the community day in Austin is actually over by the Capitol. There'll be a ton of people down there playing.
Yeah, I work on 6th Street, so I'm actually pretty close to that. And where I work is like one of the busiest streets in Austin, so it's like wild with Pokemon Go.
Yeah. Yeah, so it's like from what I heard, that's the best place to enjoy at least Community Day in Austin. So,
why would they do Squirtle though when they just did this water event that lasted such a long time?
Well, here's part of my thought process behind that. They did the water event because so many people have complained for every Community Day event that they just don't have enough candy by the end of the Community Day to evolve all the Pokemon they want. So like, hey, we'll have this water event and you can get as much Squirtle candy as you want and then enjoy the Squirtle event.
Okay, fair.
Where you can get the shiny Squirtles, which are nice because it's regular shiny Squirtle has like green shell.
Cool.
It's actually pretty cool looking.
Yeah, we're back to playing again. By the way, I'll have to hit you up for your number so I can.
Yeah, I tweeted it out as soon as I got it, which was before most of everybody else got it because I'm level 37.
Wow.
I know at 37 I was the third wave of people to get their code, mostly because of experience scaling.
Yeah.
Because level 30 is 10% to level 40. Because of how the experience. I'm at level 37. I'm not even halfway to 40 yet. So the big thing, as just alluded to, is friends and trading have now been added into the game. And this is actually pretty huge because it's got a whole bunch of bonuses and stuff attached to it. Like for every day that you interact with your friend, this can be through trading, through fighting in gyms, or for giving a gift. Tom, I sent you a gift. Claim it so that we can become good friends. I don't know if he heard me or not. I don't know if he's okay. It's like, I sent it to him this morning, and it's like I've seen him catch Pokemon since then, and it's like just claim the gift. Also, probably actually don't claim the gift if you don't have an egg slot, because with these gifts you can get 7K eggs, which give Alolan Pokemon, which are pretty cool. I've hatched a few of them so far. Unfortunately, they're all the same Pokemon, but also fortunately, here, hold on, let me go to recent. They are all Alolan Meowth, which looks pretty cool. Hold on, I'm trying to see that. I can't really get a good angle of that, but it's like a gray cat instead of a yellowish cat. All right. Yes.
Tom confused for a second with that.
Yeah.
Tom.
Yeah. No. Sorry, Tom Zambino. Was not talking to you. I was talking to other Tom. I was not addressing car-shaped Tom, as I like to refer to him.
Gift. Why do you not accept his gift?
I don't have room in my bag.
Okay. It's like essentially it's like well, all the gifts in my bag filled up, so I'm like, I bought like 3 bag upgrades. I need room.
I actually think that the game functions much better now with the gifts, because sometimes like my Pokemon are dead for a long time because I don't have revives, or like you completely run out of balls even when you're out playing a lot, making stops, and it gets frustrating. But this way, like you're getting supplies really quick, and it's really like working a lot better.
It's like, you know what supplies I'm getting a lot of? Pineapple berries.
Yeah.
Those are pretty important, and you get them in groups of 10. So that's pretty good. Also, other bonuses is with trading that you can do with friends. There's this whole breakdown. It's like, if it's a quote unquote special Pokemon, you can do these trades once a day. The special Pokemon include Pokemon you don't have yet, Pokemon that are shiny, or Pokemon that are legendary. And if there are any combination of all of these, it creates a higher tier of things. But it's like there's regular trades, special trades, and super special trades, and each of them have different Stardust bonuses. But as you become better friends with people, that Stardust bonus drops down to the point where I think it's like 1,000,000 Stardust for like the highest tier of the trading. But if you become the highest tier of friendship, across the board, it's a 96% drop in Stardust cost, which means for a regular trade, it costs, I think, 4 Stardust, and it's insane.
Yeah, I tried to trade with Tom, but he didn't have enough Stardust. So.
Boosting my ride on.
Yeah. But yeah, it's like I would also if you are better friends, you when you trade the stats get randomized again. And if you are better friends with somebody, it's a higher range of IVs that can result from that. So there's multiple reasons to wait the full 90 days to do the trading. Also, additionally, as you become better friends with somebody, you get battle bonuses for both gym battles and raids, which are the less important ones where it's like a slight attack bonus that you can get. The bigger one is that if you are best friends with somebody, which is the 90-day requirement, which obviously nobody has yet because you actually need to take 90 days to do this, you get 4 extra raid balls, which is actually insane.
Yeah.
Because as the way that raid rewards work at the moment, you get like an extra grouping of items like every 2 balls, I believe. So getting an extra 4 is essentially just 2 free packs of items in raids if you play with one of your best friends, which is pretty good because that could easily result in extra TMs and rare candies.
Yeah, we were raiding. We was just a Magikarp this morning, but we were trying to get our Mew.
Yeah, we had to do all those 10 raids to get the Mew. We're still doing that.
Oh man, I feel so bad for Joe because he evolved a Gyarados and then got that quest.
Yeah, that does suck. Especially with the water event just ending. But yeah, we realized today that you get a bonus with your friend if you're in a battle together. We didn't know that until we did one, which was cool. But yeah, you got to add me because I'm more active than Tom is.
Yeah. I'll actually pin the tweet that has my code in it to my Twitter, so you could just go to @bunkbunker and find me there. But anyway, I do have some other non-Pokemon related news I would like to talk about.
Oh, okay, cool.
Well, less news and more of a sort of gush session. about one of the games sort of talked about at E3, because during E3, a demo was dropped on the Nintendo Switch. The demo, this game is Octopath Traveler. And for those of you who don't know what this game is, it is it's a JRPG. Pretty much looks very visually like if Final Fantasy VI was made in Unreal Engine 4, because that's basically what it is. It's a HD 2D, as they've described. It's a sprite-based game that's everything's rendered in Unreal Engine 4, and it looks I can't describe how amazing this game looks. You have to look up online how beautiful this game looks, and it plays so fantastically. It's like and this demo is essentially 3 free hours of the game.
Oh, that's cool.
You get to continue on to when the game actually comes out.
Very
which
cool.
is enough. And it's Octopath Traveler. Essentially, there's 8 main characters. You could start as any of them, but with the time that you have, you can play three people. So I started with Cyrus, who, by the way, is probably my all-time new favorite video game character of all time. Because let me just go into Cyrus here for a second. Cyrus is his job is scholar, so he's a professor. He's a professor who's really into learning and knowledge, and he's like so gung-ho about it, and his entire quest is about finding a book that's been missing from the library, and it's so precious, and I love it. He's my he's my new favorite character. It's like I'm not doing. Also, he's got such a buttery smooth voice too. It's like no, you don't understand. It's like it's so good, and also the game's all like in Old English too, so it's like you get that accent with it as well, and it's so good. It's such a good game. If you have a Switch, go download this demo now. If you don't have a Switch, go buy a Switch and go play this demo now. It's so good. It's worth it. This game, honestly, this game will sell Switches. It is that good.
That's what's up. Yes, they're still talking about Pokemon Go in the chat, and they're making me laugh.
Oh,
I also
yeah.
hatched a 98% shiny Togepi a couple days ago.
Oh, that's so good. That's gonna come in real handy when Gen 4 comes out.
Yeah.
Also, I see Joe in the chat right now. Joe, this game is so good. It's obviously it's made by Square Enix, so that it's like they know what's up when it comes to JRPGs.
So Joe and Ashley said they won't be calling in. They're not feeling well. Feel better, guys. We'll miss you. We love you guys.
But yeah, it's like essentially if you love Final Fantasy VI and that aesthetic, go get this game.
Nice. Dub says he's got no shinies. I have a shiny Charmander. I have the shiny Togepi, and what else do I have? Oh, shiny Shelder. That's a Cloyster now.
Oh, I want a shiny Shelder so bad, but essentially, all of my shinies have been Community Day shinies, except for a single Dratini that I found randomly. But it's still technically a Community Day shiny because it had a Community Day.
Yeah,
but
that's cool though. I don't have one of those. That Shelder, I literally caught every Shelder for the whole time, like during that thing to get it. So I was pretty proud of that one. Now it's a Cloyster. It's blue.
Yeah.
We clicked on the same Shelder, and hers was shiny.
Yeah. It because the way shinies work is that it's it has its number, and then the number corresponds to your number for your account, and then for Community Day that there's more numbers that are tied to your account, and with on Community Day you can click the same Pokemon and it'll be shiny for the same 2 people more often, but just regularly it won't be. It's a whole system. It's very complicated.
Yeah, when I got my Charmander, I was pretty pleased because it was like the first Charmander I clicked on during that event.
Mine too.
Yeah.
It's like also probably my favorite shiny name that I have so far is I have a shiny Tyranitar, And if you don't know what shiny Tyranitar looks like, it looks like a bottle of Gulden's mustard. So I named him Gulden's. Because he's like spicy brown and like he's got like a purple thing in this.
Brown.
I would have named him Spicy Brown.
Spicy
No,
Joe Brown.
it's like, but he looks like a big bottle of Gulden's mustard, so I named him Gulden's.
Fair, fair.
All right, we're well, do you want to plug your content? And I mean, you can definitely find Eric on down
Down by the podcast.
Downshaped podcast.
the downshape. It's like a downward pointing arrow.
That's the new logo.
That's the logo.
But where's your channel and all your other stuff?
You can find me at my channel. It's just go to youtube.com/Level Case Productions, because that used to be my YouTube name, and then I changed it to my regular name. And it's like, because I did it at a time when they gave those URLs out for free. It's like you didn't need 100 subscribers. You just said it.
Nice.
But yeah, so you can find me there. I will have some content coming at some point. It'll be there. Yeah. You can find me on the Game Fixers stuff. I got a show there called Is It Rotten, where we talk about movies that are rated rotten on Rotten Tomatoes and discuss whether or not they should be there. And yeah, that's about it.
Awesome.
Yeah.
Well, I hope that the next time we do one of these things, we'll have even more like awesome Pokemon Go news, because I've been really enjoying this update. It's been
that also does remind me. The location for Pokemon that you hatch from gift eggs have the location that your friend got it from.
That's
so
cool.
if you hatch Pokemon from like 2 different locations and then you trade it between each other, you get a ton of those distance points for the trading.
Yeah. I've really enjoyed, because I've lived like a few different places and I have friends from Pokemon Go from all the places I've lived. I've really been enjoying getting like gifts from like stops that I recognize. I'm like,
Yeah.
oh, yeah, I got one from Tate's Comics, which is like my second home in South Florida. And I was like, oh, that warmed my heart.
Yeah. So be expecting a whole bunch of gifts from my area. More likely all the ones along Terryville Road for me, because that's where I usually hit my stops, because it's like on my way to and from work. And it's also by where Taco Bell is, and I spend a lot of time there.
Oh, we know.
Nice.
So yeah. Yeah.
Taco Bell news?
Yeah, Taco Bell news. They have a new. It's literally just a box of nachos. It's a box that's filled with nachos. It's pretty good. It's literally just a box, and they put nachos in it. It's ridiculous.
I'll have to try the Boxo Nacho. All right. It's a pleasure as always, Eric.
All right, see you guys.
Bye.
It's just a box.
I'll add you tonight.
It's literally just a box of nachos.
Oh, man. Whew, that is too much. Yeah, we were Taco Bell enthusiasts, and then we moved to Austin, Texas, like home of all the delicious Mexican food. So we don't eat at Taco Bell nearly as much anymore. I still
had it
miss the
last week.
fries.
Fries are good.
Tim Tams? I don't know what a
Tim
Tim
Tams.
Tam is.
Tim Tam Tom.
Okay, who's next?
Who is next? That'd be
Is that like Fin Fang Foom?
kinda. Proud of you. That would be our good friend Billy.
Yeah, I know who that is. He's like a sick ass dragon. Have I
Billy's
ever
a
seen
dragon?
No, Fin Fang Foom. Have I ever seen a sick ass dragon I wasn't interested in?
Yeah.
No.
What about Dragonheart? John Connor.
I'll look at it. I'll look at the dragon.
But Aragorn.
Aragon.
Aragon.
Aragon is the worst.
What about Dungeons
I
and
prefer
Dragons?
the water
movie with
horse.
Marlon Wayans.
Did it have a sick ass dragon? Like, I think you're underestimating
had
the power
dragons.
of the dragon having to
No,
be
they look like
like a sweet, epic
No.
dragon.
they look. Stop motion. was
Yeah,
amazing.
Eric's asking me about Handmaid's Tale, but I didn't even watch Handmaid's Tale season 1. That shit's like way too like depressing for me. Sorry, buddy.
Hey, Billy.
What's up, guys? How are
How's it
you? It's going pretty cool. It's going pretty well. And you guys are sick ass dragons. I don't know what that means, but I'll take it as a compliment.
going? Okay. I'm getting that tattooed on my.
So that book is
Sick-ass
supposedly
dragon.
really good, and like my mentor, the guy who taught me how to tattoo, he was really into it. So when that movie was coming out, he was like fucking pumped about it. And he kept like talking up how great the story is and how the movie was gonna be great. And we went, and of course it was not great. It was nothing about it was
Just
great.
John Malkovich reveal at the end.
So I remember that we bought a cardboard cutout of the kid in the movie, and we went to the tattoo shop I worked at hours before we were supposed to open, and I put it in there, and then I left and went home and came back to work at the usual time and watched him open the door and go into the shop, and it was standing there, and this dude was not pleased.
Okay, now I know what you're talking about. Yeah, that movie's awful.
Yeah.
What's your favorite dragon movie?
Not really. I haven't really watched many dragon movies, but obviously, if we're doing anything dragons, of course, Game of Thrones. Duh.
I was looking for How to Train Your Dragon.
That's a good one.
Oh shit, that's actually that's a good transition
Oh,
because I want to talk about.
oh no, Dragon News.
Dragon, the Hidden World new trailer, and of course, I cried like a bitch.
How happened? It's emotional.
I mean, yeah, I used to look like Hiccup in high school. Like I had like the hair and everything. It was weird. And yeah, I watched How to Train Your Dragon around that time and absolutely fell in love with it. And I still think the sequel is like one of the best sequels ever, just in general.
Yeah,
and
coolest one ever.
I fought for that for the second How to Train Your Dragon movie in early on fan fiction, because they were like, what minor character deserves a spinoff to get their own movie? And I argued that the mom did because she was so rad. I don't think I won that fight though. I think Sam won that point. But I stand by my pitch, and that movie's dope.
It is. But yeah, it looks like it's going to bring in all the feels. And, you know, it's been about, almost 10 years since the first one came out. So it's just going to be weird to think how much time has passed and how much we've all grown. But also, what's going to make me cry is Christopher Robin. I'm super, super pumped about that movie because I love Winnie the Pooh and I grew up with it. And yeah, it's kind of like Hook, but with Christopher Robin. And it just looks really good.
I don't remember Winnie the Pooh having dragons, but
it did not have dragons. That would be quite different story.
It's like, that's not a beehive. That's a dragon's treasure hoard. And then Winnie the Pooh's like, oh, bother. And then running away.
I'm going to stop you there, Tom. Just no. Sorry, but no. Although I do like the old-timey facial hair that you brought back.
Thank you. So when I was up north, I called it a Gettysburg, but I feel like I should call it an Alamo down here. Speaking of, Alamo Draft House is doing its own subscription service. So that's cool.
Oh, really? I did not hear about this.
It was breaking news today.
Yeah, we're going to try to get on that if we can.
Cool. Never been to an Alamo Draft House.
Come through. We have two
I'd love to.
At least, like in this direct area.
Oh, and then there's one like across the street from your work.
Yeah.
So it's 3. At least. There's 5 in the area.
Yeah. So also
go ahead.
E3, Last of Us 2. Wow, that looks awesome. Just if you've never played The Last of Us, because it's just for PlayStation because it's made by Naughty Dog. It's one of the best games ever. And Joel and Ellie, particularly Ellie, is amazing and just everything you want in a protagonist. And it's great that they're going to continue that story and in that world. I mean, yeah, it's post-apocalyptic, but it's not like The Walking Dead where nothing really matters and it goes on for too long. It actually, focuses on characters in a good way.
Nice.
But yeah, I'm really excited for that. Kingdom Hearts 3, obviously.
Oh yeah, no, it's been like what, 15, 13 years?
Yeah.
I need it.
Yeah, because it just kept going like, it's in development, and it's like, we know it's in development, give us some news, and then they finally gave us a release date.
Yeah, if they don't have a Moana like world, they're wasting my time.
Yeah, if the cover isn't shiny, then yeah. Oh, come on. Like you don't make a bad joke.
I have never made a bad joke. What was the one I did before that was really bad? I can't even remember.
You just did a terrible Winnie the Pooh thing.
Yeah. Well, that was a highlight. What are you talking about?
It's terrible. I mean, it's funny how you delivered it, but it's a terrible joke.
So, do you know that they're remaking Kick-Ass again?
What? Okay, I guess.
Not like Kick-Ass 3, they're just rebooting it. That's what I'm
Like,
talking about. We just had Kick-Ass movies.
Like in the movies or in the comics?
No, I mean the movies.
Why?
I don't know.
I mean, Kick-Ass 2 wasn't good, granted, but the first
I enjoyed
Kick-Ass is awesome.
I liked Kick-Ass 2. It was more about Hit Girl, but they already they departed from the comics way too much. So I don't know if this one's gonna be more accurate, but then I guess we should be prepared for some really disturbing.
Are we gonna get the hard R reboot of it, like where all the disturbing stuff from the comics are in it?
For the reason why Hit Girl's so good is because their dad's been giving her coke for half her life.
Yeah.
What do you think about the Spider-Man Mysterio thing?
Okay. I mean, I like Jake Gyllenhaal. I think he's cool. It'll be interesting to see how they're gonna pull off the costume. But yeah, they mistitled the Far From Home. It should have just been I don't want to go.
Spider-Man. I don't want to go home.
Oh, that's even better. It's got to be something with home, though. That seems to be the theme.
Did you watch all that and like Keenan and Kel and stuff when you were a kid?
Yeah, totally.
Well, Double Dare's coming back to Nickelodeon.
I heard, and they brought Mark Summers back.
And Keenan and Kel are gonna have a reunion on the show.
Yeah, I'm excited about that. I'm starting a new show that was also in the 90s. Wasn't in the Nickelodeon sphere. I'm watching Boy Meets World for the first time.
'Cause it's Boy Meets World.
It's pretty good so far.
Yeah. Mr. Feeney is like the perfect you want him to be your neighbor.
He's the greatest teacher ever.
Yeah, it's a good show. I never gave Girl Meets World a chance just because I feel like, all right, I'm over that age range. But the writing from the original show is really good. And I think I talked about a Halloween episode. I still remember to this day, which is really good and written really well for a Disney TV show.
Yeah, man. It's I'm glad I started it. I mean, there's not I'm sorry. I was just about to say that there's not really much news that has happened. It's very
No,
chill.
like I'm looking, like I'm literally on a news site right now just to make sure I didn't miss anything, and it's a lot of the same. Fans complaining about The Last Jedi, Ant-Man and the Wasp, blah blah blah.
That movie should just be called Scott and Kate from Lost. Hashtag Lost OSP.
Never happening.
It will be if I come over.
No, you're gonna be lost if you come over.
I will somehow hijack the system. Question mark.
Error. Deadpool is the third grossing R-rated movie of all time. Deadpool 2.
That's not really surprising. I liked it.
Me too.
You know. Oh yeah, that I saw that Mr. Rogers documentary. Won't You Be My Neighbor?
How was it?
Mr. Rogers was a boss. That dude is really cool. It was really good.
Talk about him being a sniper at all?
I'm not sure, but just like the stuff that he did, it was more of like how important his lessons were back then and how relevant they are today. Actually, more so. And just like how genuine and kind he actually was outside of the show as well. Just to not just children, but just to everybody. And I would definitely rent it because it's limited release and it was really hard to find. But if you can rent it somehow, I would definitely check that out.
All right, I plan to. Trying to think of some other things to bring up. Young Avengers might be coming to the MCU.
Okay, I'm on board with this. I mean, I think they're doing something with Eternals as well. Not mistaken.
You can play with the timeline too, so that could be fun.
And you know what? I'm just gonna say it. I didn't think I would, but the Entertainment Weekly Aquaman photos, I liked them. I thought they were pretty good.
I didn't see them, but he's my favorite of the Justice League, so I am excited for his movie.
Okay, let me just pitch on one photo. Like they showed there's an underwater battle, and on one side there's guys riding giant seahorses. They call them sea dragons, and on the other they're riding sharks, and it's like this big set piece, and you get like this awesome background. And then they also showed the concept art with it, and it's actually pretty close to the concept art.
That's pretty cool because I remember like Super Friends.
Yeah,
the one thing
that's their tribute
Aquaman
to
holding
seahorses.
We're just talking about random stuff.
Yeah.
You want to join us? What kind of random fact do you have?
I don't know. I missed
something about American Horror Story.
Oh yeah, American Horror Story's next season is going to be like a crossover between Murder House and Coven, supposedly.
Coven.
So I know that Emma Roberts has been confirmed because she did a surprise bitch video.
I didn't know that. That's funny.
Yeah,
That's
so
awesome.
They're supposedly going to be having some of the same witches and stuff from Coven. It seems like more Coven, but I've heard that it's like a Coven Murder House crossover, and those are two of my favorite seasons, so I'm pretty excited.
I agree. I liked I like the little nods that they give to the other seasons. I mean, granted, I still have yet to see Roanoke, but
That's my favorite one, but it's
I liked
polarizing.
I liked Hotel a lot, and I actually didn't check out the other one. The
I liked a lot, and I didn't.
Cult. I didn't check out that one just because I was like, I don't really have time for it. It didn't really grab my interest.
I would recommend Roanoke before that, but I feel like Roanoke's going to be a good binge because they have that one's very twisty and turny with what they're doing. But I would say, yeah, just watch that whole thing before you make a judgment call on how you feel about it. Okay. I even wrote an article about Roanoke for when we were doing our WordPress and stuff. I think that's a really good season.
Yeah, man. I remember those days when we all had time to write stuff.
Yeah. Good old days, 2 years ago.
It feels like forever.
Post other people's stuff. That's how bad it got.
But
All right. Well, let's try to get the next person in here. Billy, do you want to plug your stuff?
Sure, I'll just plug my Twitter, @BusterBill. I keep losing a lot of followers for some reason, but it's all good. I also have Stardust. My name is Billy Goatee Paul. I now have just 100 followers, but that is okay. That was a goal of mine. I reached it. I would like to get more, but yeah, I would just like to. I'd like for people to follow so I can follow them, and then I can check their reactions out on Stardust, and then yeah, we could all support each other. And good luck on fan friction for anybody who's doing it. And if
no good luck for them, good luck for me, right, Billy? That's what you mean.
Yeah. Anybody who tries to fight you will end up like Icarus. They will have flown too close to the sun.
Aw, thanks, buddy.
Yeah. And I'm gonna call out Raul if he wants to fan fight. You know what? Bring it on, man. I will go back to arguing.
Ooh,
Only if I can fight Raul, though. That's the one condition. Yeah. Have a good night, guys.
Sweet boys.
Nice. All right, buddy. We will talk to you soon. Hope you have a good week.
Same to you.
Bye.
Goodbye.
Who else is calling in? Did we have anyone else?
I wrote who's still here.
Because I know we have people here. I'm seeing 14 in the room,
Eric
but
calling. Joe and Ashley aren't feeling
some people
good,
can't call in. If you can't call in, don't guilt trip them. That's fine.
Honestly,
I mean,
we don't have that much to talk about, so this is one of the ones that is kind of nice that we don't have a huge line for because
Corey's here. Let's put Corey in. Del, are you calling in tonight? Let us know. Cape Candace. The heart, it swells. You calling in too, Sam? This is for Corey.
That link, Corey.
Cool. Dell's gonna call. Sam's gonna call. It looks like.
Okay, so next will be Dell, then Sam, because Dell's best bet. Shika-ba-ba, shika-ba-ba. Shika-ba-ba, shika-ba-ba. You're supposed to be doing like beat poetry.
No, I don't do.
Bow. Bow, bow.
No. No. Hey,
Hello.
Corey. What's up?
Like your haircut.
Oh, I do. Yeah, I'm pretty 8-ball like right now. How you guys doing?
Good. Same old. Did you have any news, or did any of this news like catch your eye and you wanted to talk about it further?
First of all, you asked a question way back at the beginning about which 70s property they should make into a series, and I'm for Rollerball.
Nice.
They need to make Rollerball into a series. But mostly I wanted to talk about something that's happening to me, actually.
Oh, yeah? Go for it.
Yeah. Next week, I'm going to be in Orlando for the big NFB convention, which is the National Federation for the Blind.
Nice.
So if anybody out there besides Kim's already said we gotta hook up. Kim Henley.
Awesome.
If anybody else, lives in Orlando, hit me up, man. I don't even know. But yeah, it's the biggest gathering of blind people like in the country.
Wow, that's interesting. And it's just like a huge meetup or a convention?
Well, it's the problem with the NFB. I love those guys, but they take it all very seriously. So like I'm going to go there and be working a booth and doing a thing, and we're all going from the center. So it's going to be crazy. There's going to be like 3,000 of us. And we're basically there to see things about how to be blind, I guess. I'm not even sure. It's my first time.
Awesome. Well, definitely you'll have to come in on the next time we do one of these, and maybe you can update us with how it went and stuff whenever you get back.
I shall do that. Yeah, because it's gonna be crazy. It's a big event in this particular world that I'm in. So, but no, I just kind of wanted to talk about that, and since nobody else was calling in, I figured I would.
Awesome. Anything else you wanted to discuss, or was it mostly just that?
You guys were mentioning something with Mysterio and Spider-Man, and I haven't really gotten in on that. Like, what's going on with him?
It's.
My dad likes your Tate shirt, by the way.
Thank you. It's pretty much confirmed. There, it's not like in stone that Jake Gyllenhaal will be playing Mysterio in the new Spider-Man movie.
Oh, I didn't even know that. Well, that's cool.
But I guess it's also rumored that some other villains will show up. They might do a Sinister Six thing, so who knows?
All right.
Right.
Also, there's one other thing, because I think it finished like this week or last week. I just binged the whole second season of Legion.
Mhm.
Yeah, I gotta catch up on that.
I just want to say that is such a brilliant show, and I don't hear it mentioned enough.
Yeah,
Like-
I really enjoyed it, and I'm really excited because Clemaine, what's his first name?
Jermaine
Jermaine.
Clement, not
Jermaine.
Clemaine.
Jermaine Clement seems to have more of a role in season 2 than he did in season 1. So
Clemaine.
get out of here.
Very good.
It's just nachos in a box.
That was funny.
Yeah, so I absolutely love that show, and I want to see it get a little bit more recognition than it seems to be getting. It's getting difficult toward the end of this season. It's done a couple difficult things, but I'm not going to spoil
I know
it.
what that means.
Huh?
I'm excited to figure out what that means.
Some are good, some are bad, but they're all difficult. You know, that show has never like prided itself on being easy.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
For
Well,
sure.
the main director is one of my favorite current directors. He's also the director for Atlanta. He did the This Is America video.
Oh, you're talking about Noah Hawley?
No, I'm talking about the
Hero something?
hero. Yeah, I'm
Protagonist?
But,
Fair enough.
He definitely. I don't know if he was involved with season 2, but he definitely had directed some episodes in season 1. So.
And he did an episode
That's
of Barry too.
2.
2 episodes of Barry, which is a really good show on HBO. If you guys haven't checked it out.
I've never heard of that show.
It's awesome. It's a Bill Hader show. Bill Hader from SNL. He wrote and directed, I think, too, and starred in it. And it's just really good. I've explained it on this show before, so I don't want to go into it too much again. But just check out Barry, watch the trailer. It gives you a really good idea of if you'd be interested or not. And I would highly recommend that show. It was excellent. One of the better ones I've seen this year.
Okay, because I'm always looking for bingey stuff, you know.
Yeah, do it. Let me know what you think, because I've had a couple people watch it on my recommendation, and everyone's really enjoyed it. It's an excellent show, like a hidden gem.
Also, speaking of bingey shows, am I crazy in thinking that Luke Cage didn't get that much build up or hype or anything? It just kind of was there
We
all
were
of a sudden.
mentioning that earlier. We're just started season 3 or
2.
No, just started episode 3 is what I meant.
Mm.
And we're like hooked. Like I'm itching to watch the next episode, to be honest with you.
But it didn't.
I didn't
Yeah,
hear
it didn't-
anything about it before it dropped. It just
Yeah, I told him it was out. I saw
was-
Jay Washington posting like, "Hey, this is out. It's
there
really
was
good."
there was one scene that I had saw in advance. That was that bar scene we watched
Mhm.
today. And that's like the only thing I saw was like one trailer for it. But I'm really enjoying it.
Yeah, because my stuff here, it kind of takes up my time, and so I haven't been able to like finish Jessica Jones even yet, season 2.
Yeah.
And I was enjoying it. I just haven't been able to finish it yet.
Yeah.
And so when I saw that, I'm like, and I still haven't watched The Punisher. It's like these shows are getting ahead of me.
Oh, Punisher
Punisher
really
was good. Punisher was good. I enjoyed that a lot. And then we did a binge recap of that too for our, when you binge it and you're like, what happened again? That's there for you.
All right. Well, that's cool.
Thanks, man.
Yeah.
Well, thank you for calling in and stopping by.
And I hope you have a good time at your event, and I'm looking forward to hear how that goes for you.
I hope so too. Like I said, I've never been there, so I have no idea.
Orlando's a cool town. I lived there for a few years. I think you'll have fun either
Cool.
way in Orlando. Yeah. Let me
Cool.
know what you get to do because I'm very familiar with that area. So
Alrighty. And I just like to, before I go, I would like to point out that if there's anybody watching that doesn't know, I'm at GeoMetroid on Twitter. I love talking to people. I'm also on the Is It Rotten show. I'm going to be taking a hiatus from that show as this stuff gets more cranked up. Like, I'm not going to have time to do research and stuff. So after the next one, which is going to air in like October or something, so I guess it doesn't even matter. But yeah, the after the Fountain, we're going to do the Fountain next, and after that, I'm kind of taking time off to do what I got to do here, and then I'll be back.
You better only have nice things to say
We
about
both
the Fountain
love the
because we will
Fountain.
come.
I know. When I'm the one who said we got to do the Fountain, like I got with Mac and them, and we're like, we're doing the Fountain soon because the Fountain's one of my favorite movies.
Okay, all right. I play the score behind like when I roll Dungeons or when I run Dungeons.
I know that score is intense.
In the background.
That score is intense, man.
yeah, I think that movie is gorgeous and misunderstood and underrated for sure.
Oh yeah.
It was the Westworld of.
Yeah, it was ahead of its time, honestly, I think.
I'm gonna go binge Westworld because I have not seen it this season, and I really want to.
The last 3 episodes were really good, and one of them I keep calling the best episode of TV history. Like,
yeah, I saw that, and that's what like I gotta watch this. If Tom's getting all fangirly over it, it must be awesome.
I was like in tears that episode. It was out of control good.
I'm getting a tattoo based on that episode.
He is.
All right, man. All right, well, thank you guys.
Thank you.
Thank you, and we'll see you soon.
Talk to you later.
Bye.
Later on.
All right.
My signature. Bye.
Speaking
of other shows that seasons dropped that we've been enjoying recently, if you guys watched the remake or the reboot, I guess, of Queer Eye, it's not Queer Eye for the Straight Guy anymore. It's just Queer Eye because they've opened up, the type of people that they've been working with on the show. And it's been really enjoyable. They got Jonathan Van Ness from Game of Thrones in there, and he's like one of my favorite people to watch. He's hilarious. But season 2 was really good. There was a bonus episode they put out on their YouTube channel. So if you have watched the whole season, but you didn't see the Australia one, they went to Australia.
That was some Jonathan realness.
Yeah, and Jonathan's mustache is worth watching that one alone. But I really enjoyed that season. It was really good. So that's another thing that we've watched recently and enjoyed.
Hi, Del.
Hey.
How's it going?
Good. Just Mondays.
Yeah. We miss you.
I miss you guys too. Every time I see or hear the word Texas, I'm like, oh, it's from my friend's house.
Come through.
It's farther for her to come through this time.
I'm just saying. The food's much better here than it was up by us, so we can definitely go out and
treat ourselves.
I can't wait. I have a watch list on those Austin tickets.
We did the same thing before we moved.
So
was there any news that caught your eye or any news that we missed maybe?
I don't know if you mentioned it or not, but this whole AMC now has their own type of like movie pass counterpart, I should say. To where it's $20 a month and you can see 3 movies a week. And unlike Movie Pass, you can see the same movie, or you can see them all on the same day if you wish, which I thought was pretty cool. And more importantly, as AMC way, you can reserve your seats in advance, which I learned you cannot do on Movie Pass. So I was like, oh, that's a little bit more appealing than Movie Pass, especially if Movie Pass being more controversial. On one, people aren't sure how they're making money off of this.
Yeah.
And to the idea of them serving your data to other companies and stuff like that. I guess you could say with your permission because you signed up for it, but kind of without your permission because I don't think the general public knows that.
Yeah, it's interesting too, because like we were talking, Alamo Drafthouse is now going to be getting into doing some sort of movie pass thing too. So it seems like maybe that's like a future that we're moving toward because movies are so incredibly expensive, and really what they want to sell you when you go to a movie is like concessions. Because that's how the theater really makes their money. If you're buying drinks and you're buying candy and stuff, because we all know it's horribly overpriced at movie theaters, but that's really what they want to get you on. So it's almost really smart to, lock you into getting this movie pass. Now you're like, oh, I'm paying for this movie pass. I need to go see like at least 2 or 3 movies this month, and you already spent the money, so now you're buying all the treats when you're there.
Yeah, you're like, oh, I don't have to pay $20 for each movie. I can spend that extra money on a small popcorn that's like $15 instead. No, but
they're also talking about charging more money for more popular movies at some theaters.
I've heard about that too.
This could be a way too to be like, avoid the extra fees, get the movie pass.
Yeah.
Sounds like some blockbuster stuff we would have done back in the day.
I don't have movie pass, so I don't think I'm gonna get it now. There's actually more AMC theaters around me than any other theater, so I was like, oh, I might look into this AMC deal, for later on in the year because right now it's not about budget, but still, it's very desirable more to movie pass in my opinion.
For sure.
I had a random question. I don't know where it came from. Okay, I do know where it came from, but I was wondering what the hell happened to Hugh Laurie. He just fell off the face of the planet. It's like, was House his peak like popularity? Because now he was in what was it, Tomorrowland, and that didn't get good reviews, and then I just never heard about him ever again.
I don't know. That's a good question. I haven't heard about him either in quite some time. Have you, Hugh Laurie?
No.
Her question, if you guys couldn't hear her, was, what the hell happened to Hugh Laurie? So if any of you guys know, go ahead and type it in the chat.
I'll Google it.
He's going to just Google what the hell happened to Hugh Laurie.
Like, I know he's been like in like TV shows.
What the hell happened to Hugh Laurie? Well, the show Chance just got canceled. That's not a good start. He's worth $40 million.
Ooh.
Well, maybe he's just living off his millions.
We'll look into that and thank you. But yeah, I don't know. That's an interesting question. He was really popular for a while.
Yeah, like I mean, there wasn't no advertisement for House, but I saw one of the other characters in a trailer for something else, and it just made me think about House, and then which in turn, of course, made me think about Hugh Laurie. So I just want to know if anybody knew what happened to him. And well, there was another question that I saw on Facebook that was going around. That's probably more relevant to our group base. It's a comic book debate question, or sort of. And someone posed the question: can a lightsaber cut through Captain America's shield? And I did not have an answer to that question, but I thought it was pretty cool that I posed.
Here comes Tom.
Okay, so cortosis, if I'm pronouncing that correctly, is the only metal that can stop. What happens is when a lightsaber hits it, it automatically turns off, so it can't cut through. It's mainly used by the Mandalorians, such as Boba Fett. He was a Mandalorian. Well, technically, Boba Fett was a clone of Jango Fett. He was the Mandalorian. But Captain America's shield, which is a mix between vibranium and adamantium, I don't know. I don't think it's as strong as a cortosis blend, and it's oddly, for how rare vibranium's supposed to be. Cortosis is rarer, so
isn't it sexy when he does this? This is why
Right?
I'm marrying him.
You chose good. You chose good.
you never ask me questions about cortosis.
I just wait for other people to ask you questions.
She wants you to expand your knowledge on everyone else so she can bask in all that awesomeness.
This girl was trying to flirt with Tom right in front of me last night at karaoke. It was pretty funny because like we were sitting on opposite sides of this table, and I like walked away for a second to go catch a Pokemon on Pokemon Go, and this girl looked over at Tom and she's like, "Where did your friend go about me?" What'd you tell her?
That is my fiance, and she's catching me a Pokemon.
That's right, Tom. You gotta let them know.
So I've been like all day. I've been like, "Hey friend, hey friend."
I'm in a YouTube channel now. Do you know how much rebranding I would have to do?
That's
It's Tom and Kimber, not Tom and some random girl at karaoke. It doesn't roll off the tongue as well.
Oh, that's good stuff. All right, Del.
Thanks, friend.
Well, thanks for calling in. Is there anything else you wanted to say before you get out of here?
Any packing tips? We're in our last week of being in this apartment, which I am so psyched about. We pick up our keys on Saturday, and I feel like I'm only 1/4 of the way done, and I'm overwhelmed.
How far are you moving?
Like, legitimately, probably like 5 minutes.
Okay, well, first of all, congratulations, and I wish you guys the best of luck. And second of all, just stay calm. It'll be over soon. It's not that bad, and just try not to stress yourself out too much and enjoy your new place.
Thank you. Probably, hopefully, have a better setup for calling in.
Awesome. I would love that because we always love to hear from you, and we miss you. Come see us.
I miss you guys so much.
I recommend the crosshatch taping style on the bottom of heavy boxes.
Got it. Thanks, guys.
Bye.
Moving advice from Odd Shape Channel.
Love you guys.
Bye, Del. We love you too. So, yeah, people in Austin have a strong thirst for Tom or Kimber. I also got hit on last night by this frat boy dude whose karaoke
He's not usually just like that.
His karaoke name was
Badass
Trainer, and he was he was literally like, "Oh, I'm dressed up like a frat boy tonight. I'm usually in all black," because he thought that was gonna impress me. And then he was like, "You remind me of Nightmare Before Christmas." It was pretty weak sauce. It was funny.
Like some stop motion.
Oh yeah, that dude at Lowe's who was so thirsty. Ashley knows. But okay, Sam is next.
And that's the hit on update of the week.
From me and my friend, Tom.
Thanks, friend.
Tom doesn't like friend joke.
I mean, I can return the ring, friend, if that's what we're gonna...
No. And pry it off my cold dead hand.
That's for you, Sam. That's your.
And Eric is still on about the just nachos in a box.
It's just nachos in a box.
He's making me want some nachos in a box.
No,
I'm not gonna lie.
We just had queso yesterday.
Nachos in a box. I'm gonna eat that shit.
I would not eat them in a box. I would not eat them with the box.
Jack in the Box has like these loaded fries that are like just literally
like
some
their
fries
meals.
in a box with a bunch of shit thrown on them. They're pretty good though.
But they don't give you a fork.
I like the guacamole one. That one guy didn't give us a fork. That doesn't mean they never give you a fork.
He has set the standard.
Did you sing him Shania Twain? I don't understand that reference.
That didn't impress you much.
Oh, okay. It's making me approve Eric's. It let me say the F word earlier, but it's making me approve his nachos comments.
At least he's not saying vagina because, geez.
Yeah. Sam, we're waiting for you to click that link.
Unless you have changed your mind.
If you think Tom should get me nachos in a box, say it in the chat.
No.
Oh, his phone isn't accepting that link. You might have to send him a different sort of invite.
Let me try another link.
Dell's gonna make nachos in a box.
No.
You sleepy?
I'm a little
I slept for 12 hours this morning, so I'm feeling good.
Hello.
There he is. Hey, a shirt and everything.
Look at that.
His hair's doing a thing.
Well,
Looking good, buddy.
That's dead hair.
Do you live by Yass?
Yes, my mum went to boarding school in Yass when she was in years 11 and 12.
That's crazy.
That's funny. Did you have any news?
I've got a shirt on because it's freezing here today. It was like 1 degree when I woke up this morning.
Oh,
Which I
wow.
don't know how that translates to Fahrenheit, but it's cold.
I like the hair.
Yeah, I didn't
We haven't
realize
seen you in a while.
it got that cold. Yeah, his hair's very long.
Sam looks like he's in an anime. I agree. It's a badass.
Well, this is because I wear it all professional when I go to work and comb it and gel it down. And so this is what it looks like when I wake up after going to sleep.
You go.
I prefer this. It looks
Yeah.
like you did it like that on purpose.
I know, it looks better than when I try and actually do something with it. It's
You look
annoying.
like Brendan Urie from Panic at the Disco. Like you're doing like a very hip thing right now.
But I just realized you guys haven't seen me since I cut all my hair off. And you haven't seen me since I moved into my new house. So, yay, new room.
Oh, that's fun. Congrats. Everybody's moving. Sheesh.
Man, we should move.
No. Nope.
It's not fun. Never fun.
So did we miss any news?
No, I don't know any news.
New house.
He just has personal news that he's got a cool haircut and that he has this house now.
Check out my new haircut.
See, I cut all my hair off to get a new job, and then I lost the new job. So it's like, well, that didn't work out well.
It looks good though. It could be worse.
This is true. What else is news? Oh, after 8 months of not drinking, I'm going to get absolutely blind on Thursday. So that's going to be fun.
For anything special or just because that's the day?
I'm having a belated birthday. So my birthday was in January. But yeah.
Very belated.
Well, happy belated birthday.
I'm going down to Melbourne to watch football. So catch up with some people I haven't seen in probably nearly a year. So that'll be fun.
Awesome. That does sound fun. I
Mhm.
hope you have a good time at least. Be safe though.
Yes.
Be careful. We don't want anything happening to you.
Have you been following the World Cup?
I have, because one of the mobile games I play has been offering illegal betting for in-game
Nice.
currency.
Always with the
It's like,
gambling.
you gotta love these seedy Russian companies that just have no morals or rules. That like kids play this game, but it's not gambling. We're doing quizzes. You have a quiz where there's 3 answers, and you need to pick the answer. And if that answer is correct, you get currency. And it just so happens that you need to pay to pick your answer.
Mm-hmm.
And yeah, but no, I've been following it. It's been good. I'm not normally into soccer, but yeah, I've been enjoying that.
Did you have a team that you're rooting for at this point, or?
Well, I probably should say Australia, but we're shit. So, I don't really have any particular team that I'm going for. There's been some. I've just been enjoying. There's been some really good matches and some upsets and things. Like in the first couple of matches, Brazil and Germany. Well, Brazil drew and Germany lost, which was really unexpected and cost me a lot of in-game currency. But it was always good to see the little guys winning.
Morgan is going to get so sad that we showed any interest in a sports question like just now, and it's not talking to him because that dude loves sports.
I was going to say I root for Manchester just for Morgan.
But that's not work.
I used to root for Manchester. No, it wasn't Manchester. It was Bolton. Because I had a pen pal in Bolton.
He's in Bolton.
Nowadays I was going for who were they? Bayern Munich.
Okay.
Because I've got a German wife from my Monty Python forum days. But then I discovered they wear red and white, which is the team that I hate the most in the AFL wears red and white. So I'm like, no, I can't go for them. I said, who wears yellow and black? Because that's like my football colours. And apparently that's their enemy team that her sister goes for, Borussia Dortmund or something. So they're my team.
Awesome. That's a fair enough way. That's like how I would choose them. Like, oh, I like
colors
this
do I wanna
color.
wear?
Yeah.
Cool.
But no, I was tweeting with Morgan when England played the other night because he
Yeah.
was all excited that they won quite convincingly the other night.
He does get pumped about sports. He loves American sports too.
He does. We've talked sports on many occasions, me and Mr. Morgan.
Loves curling.
No.
I love curling. Curling is amazing. I was so annoyed with it. I actually got into a fight with an Australian TV presenter on Twitter over Australia's Winter Olympics coverage because curling was only on like the mobile company app that you had to pay money for. I'm like, why is there no curling on free to air when you have all these channels and like full on got into a debate with like this Australian news presenter? It was
I
quite
just
funny.
liked your face. Like, I've legitimately never seen you get as excited as you just looked when you said, I love curling.
I do. It's amazing.
I believe you.
See, that's what you do is you book the airtime between commercials for like brooms and stuff. Because then like everyone who buys a broom is gonna feel like a curler. You know what I mean? Like, time up.
They had it in at the ice rink in Melbourne, and I wanted to go and like actually play, but I never got around to it.
Nice. All right. Well,
Yeah, we don't really got much else to talk about. We're boring.
But yeah, it
When you
was good to
say
see
it really-
fan fiction back.
what was that, Sam?
I said it was good to see fan fiction back, as fun as it was being up at 2 a.m. again.
Yeah. Yeah, for sure. And I'm sure that we'll see you back on this season at some
Hopefully.
point.
At 2 a.m.
All this talk about the belt where it belongs in Texas, I don't know about that.
You don't
we all
start
know
that
it
on
was
my
the
show, Sam. How
championship.
dare you?
I was robbed. Tom agrees with me. I've rewatched
Absolutely doesn't.
that championship many times, and he agreed that I was robbed for that point against Brian. We won't talk about it, though.
I think I might have agreed with that. That might be on the record.
How dare you go
video
against
evidence.
Dad like that?
I'm sorry. I'm sorry. All right, no.
See, I'm not saying that I would have won, but we should have had the final question. There should have been one final definitive question, is what I'm saying.
Fair enough. I
So I
don't
still could have
remember
won.
well enough.
I don't either. But I think that's all the time we have for tonight. And speaking of the final question, thank you for being our final caller.
No worries, anytime.
And
Now that I've got not much to do with myself.
keep that hair tamed. And
Everyone loves your hair. You got a lot of comments in the chat about it. Everyone thinks it looks good.
Awesome.
And you want to tell everyone where they can find you so that they can keep up with progress for fan fiction and stuff this season?
Well, as we know, you can generally find me in bed. That's where I spend most of my time. It's the place to be. Although not much of that happens, so that's no fun.
where the magic happens. Sleep spells.
I always forget what my Twitter is because there's so many variations of different sites and different variations, but it's at Sis Mary Elephant or Sister Mary Elephant or one
I
of
think
those.
it's at
one of
Sis
those.
Mary Elephant.
Something along those lines. You'll generally find me when you go to any of the social media type places.
Awesome.
He is everywhere.
All right, man. We will see you soon, and I hope you enjoy your new place.
No worries. See you guys.
See you
All right,
soon,
bye.
man. All right, we're off to sleep.
We're off to get some nachos in a box.
No, they're just nachos in a box.
I will be eating them shortly.
No, don't look on Twitter for a picture or Instagram.
I will be tagging Eric in the picture.
No, it's not.
You might see a video like on my story on Instagram.
We're
or
having
something.
salad.
We're not. That salad is gross.
We gotta eat it.
We're not eating it.
It's happening.
So, I'm nachos in a box.
I'm salad. I'm gross salad.
And thank you for coming to another episode of Ache Panel. And we will see you guys in 2 weeks for an episode whose subject has not been determined
Yeah,
yet.
if you have any ideas, tweet at us at OddShapePanel or
at Nachos in a Box.
Go change your name to Nachos in a Box.
At Kimberbatch _OSP.
In a box. Yeah, that's it from us.
Thank you, everyone who called in tonight. Everyone who was staying in the chat. I appreciate you.
That's it. We'll talk to you soon. So look on Instagram and see if we actually end up getting Nachos in the Box in like 10 or 15 minutes. I might broadcast the adventure.
Bye, guys.
Bye.